Welcome back everyone to the channel. Today on Stadiums of the World, we'll be touring McKale Memorial Center, which is arguably one of the toughest places to play in all of college basketball. Located southeast of Phoenix in beautiful Tucson, Arizona. Home of the University of Arizona basketball team and located on the campus of University of Arizona. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every photo you see today was taken by me. You can write in the comments section what you like about this stadium. And with that, we can start the tour. A low, intimate environment is one of the first things you'll notice when you walk into this stadium. That's definitely what stood out to me. The stadium opened up back in 1973. It was named after J.F. McKale and has a current capacity of 14,655. The stadium has a bowl-shaped seating layout with a large lower section and a smaller upper deck. I've watched a couple Arizona games on TV over the years, and you could always see the low ceiling on TV, and it's very apparent when you're at the stadium just how low that ceiling is above the crowd. That ceiling wraps around the entire stadium and it extends out over the upper deck. And you can see from this photo that there is lighting in that ceiling. And that's really one of the things I could tell on TV watching it over the years. You know, it was dark in there, but you could at least see that lighting in the background. The lighting is such a minor thing. You could be wondering why I'm starting with that. I don't know. I think it's just because that's the first thing I noticed when I'd watch it on TV is the ceiling and the lighting. The other thing you'll really notice is just how packed and crammed the stadium is. It has a lot of people in there and it's a great environment, which I'll show you next. University of Arizona has one of the best basketball teams year in and year out, and you have this environment in this stadium, and it's made it one of the toughest places to play. They have one of the highest winning percentages in all of college basketball. Actually, in the late 80s, early 90s, the University of Arizona actually won 71 straight games at home in this arena. At the time of this video, the arena has the second highest capacity in the conference, but actually the University of Arizona has led the conference in attendance every year in the last 40 years. I really like what they've done with the seating in this arena. You can see that the lower section, all the seats are mostly blue, and in the upper section, the seats are all red. A moment ago, I mentioned that all the seats in the lower section are mostly blue. The reason for that is a couple seats are red, and that if you step back, you can see that they actually have the University of Arizona logo in the seats. I always think that's a great thing. Like if you see my other videos, they do that a lot in European soccer stadiums. It's cool to see it when they do it in the US. When you're down on the court or the lower part of the arena, it's hard to tell, but there's actually a walkway in the lower section of seating, so it's actually broken into two sections of seating that you can walk around, so you don't have to go from the very top of that section down, that it's actually two different walkways, which is nice. This is a view down from the court looking up at that lower level, and as you can see, it's very tough to see that walkway. The other thing you'll notice, which I think is great, is all the seating is chairback seating. There is no bleacher seating anywhere in the arena. Not only are all the seats chairback seating, the lower bowl seating on the sidelines, if you look close, which you can see here, that all the seats are actually very nice as well. The concessions for the stadium are located along each sideline under the upper deck, which you can see from here. This is a view of the concessions from that concourse. You can see the seating on the right-hand side. It's nothing really that special, I would say, for concourse and concessions. It's pretty generic. Something else I thought that was interesting about this arena is it technically has two tiers of seating. It has a lower section and the upper section, but it's not like professional sports where there's a gap between the two sections and you have a concourse and it's open air. Here, for most of it, you actually have, it has a wall in between and you have steps that you walk up in front of the seating. So it's a little different than what you would see in professional sports. The arena actually has an outdoor concourse. I just did a video on SDSU's basketball stadium that had something very similar. This concourse is larger than SDSU's, and you can see here on the north side that they have the Eddie Lynch Athletic Pavilion as well. Another great feature of the arena is they have this nice video board. This is a view from the upper deck, and you can see from here that it's still a great view of the video board. It's a similar video board to the one at SDSU. The one thing I liked about SDSU's though is they had the smaller screens down below for the people sitting courtside. This one doesn't have that though, unfortunately. This is a view of the press area along the court. Another thing to point out is there's a concourse that I showed you earlier, which is above the first level of seating. Another thing you can see here in the corner, mid-level of that first level of blue seating, is there's actually another concourse that you can access. I walk through here after the game. You can see all the different athletics. You can see track and field on the right. We went down here and just used the restroom. So they have restrooms and things like that as well. The stadium is located on the far end of campus. You can see from here the football stadium, and then just across the way is the basketball arena. Something that I really liked is, even though it was a really packed game, the game was sold out. They're playing against Arizona State when I went. It was very easy to get into the arena. It was very accessible. There's a parking garage adjacent to the arena, and you can see from here that there's a walkway that leads to the arena from the parking garage on the left to the arena on the right. This is a view from that parking garage during the day. So it's not a real tall parking garage, but you can see that walkway as it leads to the arena, and then that's where you would go through security and show your tickets. I started off the video talking about the ceiling above the seating, the upper deck seating, and something to note, the rest of the seating, the lower bowl and the court, it doesn't have a ceiling above it. It's just exposed steel framing similar to SDSU's basketball arena. I've compared this arena a lot to Viejas Arena, the home of San Diego State's basketball, and so why not keep comparing it? As far as the seating layout goes, Viejas Arena at San Diego State has 35 rows of seating. It's a single section of seating. This stadium has 43 rows with a split section with an upper deck and a lower deck. Like all my videos, I like to throw in a photo of myself at the arena. It just actually shows that I was there. This takes us to the end of the tour. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Write in the comments section what stadium you want me to do next, and I'll put it on the list. Take care, and I'll see you next time.